Get out of here, kitty cat. Hey, go. I know you're eating all the meat, but go. Thank you. Welcome. Shooing off cat, stepping on my Great Basin rye. Anyways, we're here at the garden. It's always full sun and you can't really see what is going on, so I just want to kind of like do a little walk through and explain the plans for the next month. So I was granted these 3 extra beds to grow some more garlic, and one of the beds are gonna go to the people who manage this plot and allow me to be here, and then the other 8 beds are gonna be for sale. So my goal here taking over these beds was to just get something growing other than weeds. So I sowed a whole bunch of bush beans here. You can kind of see them growing really good. And then we don't know if they're gonna produce beans, but they're fixating nitrogen, so that's always a good thing. And then we have, just chop and drop at the end, mulch heavy. Whether we get a harvest or not, it's okay. We're just trying to have something else growing there. Then this is like a mixture of buckwheat and oats. And then this third one is buckwheat, oats, and some radishes. There's also like some amaranth in there. And I don't know, something cool to like talk about is that I've expanded these rows. So like all the way to right here, like this just used to be a pathway. This was wood chips. So I did that on every bed all the way down, shortening the pathway, making the beds longer. And then now I'm adding on to that with like mini hugel mounds. And then I'm gonna get like some soil, fill this in. And now the beds have just been extended like a good 4 feet. And yeah, you can increase your crop production that way. So looking forward to that. This low tunnel has like summer squash, some dry beans, radishes. I planted this summer squash seed like in the 3rd week of July, and it just sat there. It didn't germinate. I was watering every day, and then all of a sudden, like a week or 2 ago, all of the seeds started to germinate. So I don't know what happened there. I was watering every day for like 10 days in a row, and it just seemed like potentially it was too hot for them to germinate. Now that the sun's getting lower in the sky, they were able to germinate. So here was a bed of spring potatoes. We harvested those and ate them. Then I planted this whole row to potatoes, just an organic red potato from the grocery store. And these ones back here, these ones came up, and you can see they're starting to die back, which means that they're almost ready in a few weeks. And they're also about to put on their flowers. So you can harvest some of these now. Once potatoes start to put on their flowers, you can start harvesting new potatoes. But we want these to be winter storage potatoes. And mind you, these were planted in July. So this is the back half of the season potatoes. Usually you plant potatoes in April and then harvest them in July. These were planted in July and they're going to be harvested in October. And these potatoes down here, same thing as the squash. You can see like these leaves are dying, and then these ones are like perfectly green, not even any holes in them. So like a succession of potatoes, and I didn't even try. I planted these all at the same time. For some reason it was too hot, and these just potatoes sat here dormant. Now those ones are almost ready, and then these ones are coming up. So pretty cool there. This I'm pretty sure is my New England pie pumpkin that unfortunately we won't get pumpkins from because there's not enough time left in the season. And then this whole row is all of the black walnuts. And yeah, I guess it's getting pretty dark, but what I wanted to say, I guess we'll just finish it up. Cover crop, sweet potato slips, nothing really growing in here. Fall, cold hardy winter greens, and then some tomatillos and tomatoes that probably aren't going to do anything. So with that being said, I planted garlic in the third week of August, September, October, November, and even December. So since I don't have the ideal storage situation for the garlic, I'm thinking that it's just going to do the garlic better justice to get it planted sooner than later. So I'm seriously considering a early September to mid-September planting. And y'all might think I'm crazy, but you're just going to have to see the results, because if we plant them earlier, that's going to give them more time to establish their root systems. And as long as we do the lasagna bed method, where we just put 5 to 6 layers on top of the garlic, it will just focus on its roots and it won't be able to make it through the mulch before it gets too cold. And if it does sprout before it gets too cold, or the winter fall season sets in, that's okay, because they just die back and then regrow. Maybe there is like some research or studies on that, but I know a farmer in Kentucky who had his garlic up by December, and then it got knocked back, and then it just regrows fine in the spring. So all of this is gonna be completely different in a month. So like, we're gonna harvest the potatoes, maybe get a summer squash, I don't know, terminate the cover crops, a few tomatoes, maybe some greens, and then it's just gonna be like clean slate, switch, flip the switch, and all the garlic's gonna be planted. And then we'll go out, harvest some tree seed, and try to intermix that in October. So peace, blessings, and wholeness. Sunshine Farm, Farmer John, coming to you live. Have a great rest of your evening, and look forward towards the sale of my garlic seed next year, locally adapted in 2 different climates. More information on that in the future. Peace, blessings, wholeness, and have a great evening.